Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going through Cambridge International A-Level Mathematics 9709/42 Mechanics, May June 2026. We will quickly review every question, the key methods, common mistakes, and finally I will give my grade threshold prediction before results day. Let's begin. So, question 1, it's a very straightforward opening. Part A simply tested power, and we know the formula power equals force times speed. So you should have gotten 15.5 kilowatts in this part question. Now, in part B, it might have caught a few people because instantaneous acceleration means the speed is still 25 meters per second immediately after the power increases. So acceleration is 0.5 meters per second squared, and this is all for question 1. Still, at this stage in this mechanics paper, we don't have anything that is exceptionally difficult. Alright, so question 2, we move on to a completely standard momentum question. The speed after collision should be 1.25 meters per second squared, and after rebounding from the wall it should be 0.9375 meters per second. The total time is 16.8 seconds. The only trap was remembering that the wall reduced the speed by 25%, not by 25 percentage points. Hence, the difficulty of question 2 is easy to medium in my opinion. Then question 3, there were connected particles. Probably the first question where candidates started losing marks. The acceleration here was supposed to be 3.75 meters per second squared. The tension was supposed to be 3.55 newtons. The coefficient of friction 0.336. Work done by friction 0.563 joules. And this is all for question 3, which I would classify as a medium difficulty question. Now, with regard to question 4, it's a question about energy methods. This is probably where many students unfortunately began dropping marks. The distance should have been 0.8 meters. The total time 0.916 seconds. And the biggest challenge was remembering that friction changes direction once the particle starts sliding back down the plane. And as a result, the difficulty of question 4, I would say, is medium to hard range. So question 5 is a vertical motion question, which is essentially conceptually simple. However, the main trap is that particle Q starts 1 second later. And we have to find height to be equal to 13.2 meters. and this is a medium difficulty question. Now, in terms of question 6, we have a crate, and this is probably the hardest Newton laws question. You should get a weight of 66.25 newtons. The distance should be 12.8 meters. Many candidates might have forgot, unfortunately, that the normal reaction is reduced by the vertical component of the rope. This question is also medium to hard difficulty in my opinion. However, I respect all of your beautiful ladies and gentlemen's opinions, so I hope that nobody is offended by my classification. Now, I think that question 7 is the hardest of all questions in this paper. It is a variable velocity question, and it is definitely the hardest question because you needed to differentiate correctly and then integrate correctly before using the condition that the particle is only instantaneously at rest at one point. So it's one of those very difficult questions where they test multiple topics in one question in an applied mathematics paper. So the answers should have been K1, you should have gotten 6. The distance should have been 6.53 meters, and the difficulty of this question, I would say it is definitely hard. So in terms of overall difficulty, I would rate this paper around 7.5 out of 10. It's not absolutely the hardest, most brutal, low threshold mechanics papers such as October, November 2021. I mean, yes, it was during the COVID era, but still 56% of raw marks for an A was incredibly low. And this one, May June 2026, was definitely not easy. It was kind of a medium, fair mechanics paper with one difficult ending question to differentiate between the top candidates and other people who potentially scored below an A or an A star, unfortunately. And most candidates probably dropped marks on questions 4, 6, and especially 7. So, as a result, I would say I would expect like the great thresholds to be in terms of my prediction. A should be anywhere, in my opinion, between 35 and 38 out of 50 for an A. My single best prediction would be similar to May June 2024 plus minus 2 marks. So in this case, 36 out of 50 will most probably be an A, in my opinion. Then a B should be around anywhere between 29 and 39 out of 50. And really, I would say that my single best prediction probably is 30 out of 50 for a B. A C will be around, I think, 25 to 26 out of 50. So my single best prediction would be 25 out of 50 for a C. A D would, in my opinion, be anywhere let's say between 20 and 21, so essentially a 1 mark range. Out of 50, my single best prediction would be 20 out of 50 for D, and my grade E prediction would be around, let's say, 14 to 15 out of 50. And the single best prediction, I would say, is 14 out of 50 for an E. Now, these are only my estimates based on the paper's overall difficulty and should by no means be taken as official thresholds. The official thresholds are going to come on results day on August the 11th, and out of respect for you guys, it would really be amazing. It would really be a big honor and pleasure to see the thresholds being low, so all of you hopefully get those A's and A stars that you deserve. And my final advice is, if you have already sat the paper, there is nothing you can change now. Don't spend the next few weeks worrying about every mark. Focus on enjoying your summer holidays, and hopefully I will see many of you celebrating on August the 11th. And good luck, everyone. If you like this video, please appreciate it by dropping a like, share, and subscribe. I wish you all the best. Take care. I love you all. Cheers. Bye bye.